here's your BoobTube.
Ransom working hard in the BoobTube studio this morning. Hello, Ransom.
Yes, I am, Marco. Check it out. So the ESPYs were last night. You catch this? You catch the ESPYs?
I did. I was in and out of it, but overall pretty good, I thought, from what I watched.
How do you feel that John Cena did as host?
Pretty good.
I thought he was pretty good, too.
Pretty good. He did that whole 4th of July thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little over the top, and I thought it was like a little hokey. But I thought he did pretty good last night. He's kind of got a zeal for like being in front of big crowds, obviously, as a performer wrestling, but he was really good.
There's something about this guy, man. He's just like a very likable guy, and he had some really great moments from last night's show. One of my favorite moments was when he was joking about Cleveland. We actually have some audio right here.
Yes.
Cleveland finally ended their 52-year championship drought. How about that, right? Next on Cleveland's to-do list, fix everything else. The Cavs parade had 1.3 million people show up. Take a look at that. 1.3 million people in Cleveland, and somehow not one good quarterback. You don't know what I'm talking about. LeBron James is here. Kyrie Irving is here. Kevin Love is here. Pretty good seat, Kev. I expected to see you off in the corner. Alone. Screaming, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open.
None of the Browns quarterbacks were there. At least if they were, they didn't show. I was waiting for the cameras. When he made the joke, 1.3 million, not one good quarterback, and I was like, oh God, are they going to go?
So good.
And like show RG3 or somebody sitting there, but no, nothing.
Of course, the other big moment from last night's ESPYs was when sideline reporter Craig Sager received the Jimmy V Preservation Award.
Yeah, what an incredible guy this
Gave
guy
an
is.
inspiring speech
He's
about
incredible.
his battle with leukemia. Here we go.
Out there who are suffering from cancer, facing adversity, I want you to know that your will to live and to fight cancer can make all the difference in the world. The way you think influences the way you feel, and the way you feel determines how you act. Whatever I might have imagined a terminal diagnosis would do to my spirit, it summoned quite the opposite. The greatest appreciation for life itself. So I will never give up, and I will never give in. I will continue to keep fighting, sucking the marrow out of life as life sucks the marrow out of me. I will live my life full of love and full of fun. It's the only way I know how.
He's an incredible guy. I mean, just a fascinating human being. Really reminds me a lot of Jimmy V. Do you remember that speech?
Whew, I'm getting a little bit emotional right now just listening to that.
Usually don't play the full clips of all the audio we get because a lot of them are so long. But my God, you couldn't stop that. I mean, he's just an incredibly positive guy. Did you see his family last night?
Mm-hmm.
They're incredibly positive people. It's really amazing how they all kind of found each other. Like he married this woman. She's extremely positive. The kids are extremely positive. And, man, I'll tell you, that is, Sager's one of these guys. He's been such a personality around sports, a likable, just fun. Everything he said there is true.
Yeah, I mean,
he really is.
He's one of the only people that Greg Popovich actually gives an interview to.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why is just because he's just such a likable guy. He wears those crazy suits. He loves what he does. The fact that they actually let him work an NBA final this past finals was incredible.
Yeah, and he, make no mistake about it, he is very, very sick. I know that they thought they had gotten it, and he thought he had beaten it about a year ago, and this leukemia came back with a vengeance. And but he says he is not going anywhere. He's going to hang in there, and like you said, they let him work the finals. And if anybody can beat it, it's a guy with the spirit like Sager. If anybody can wake up and just have nothing but positivity, it is definitely somebody with kind of the DNA makeup of Sager. So, man, our best to him. I was watching that last night, and he is an impossible guy to stop watching. When he talks, you listen. So That was incredible. Really incredible.
Big ups to you, Craig Sager. How about this? Pokemon Go. I thought for sure that we'd be not talking about this app anymore, but we have at least 5 stories almost every day that I can just randomly select from. And today we're talking about a 15-year-old girl in Pittsburgh who got hit by a car while she was playing Pokemon Go. Apparently, according to her mom, it's because the game told her to walk across a highway. She wasn't looking at her phone. She was watching traffic, but she still got hit. And her mom, Autumn Diesroth, is basically blaming the game. We've got audio right here.
Yeah, and this is, like you said, one of several different mishaps, right?
Instances, yeah. There's been quite a few so far, and the game's only been out for a week.
Yeah, and I know there's another situation I was reading about where we played the audio yesterday of the guy and he fell into the lake, and then the other guy who got cheated on and he got caught. Well, I guess he cheated on his girlfriend and he got caught. But here's the audio you're speaking of.
The game dragged her across that highway. She found her Pokemon, was all excited, was coming home to tell Mom she found her Pokemon. Folks, she was not playing the game when she was crossing the highway. She was crossing the highway. She was not playing the game.
She looked both ways.
She looked both ways.
And the car came flying up the hill, and I was in the middle of it, but I tried to get out of the way so I didn't get hit fully.
I'm blaming the game itself because it's dragging kids across highways, major highways. Kids don't need to be going across highways.
So is there any advice you would give to other teenagers who play this game?
Just to be careful. Watch where you're going.
She said that she got dragged across the highway
Yeah.
by the game.
Blaming the game because her kid got hit by a car. First off, you're an awful mother. That's all I have to say about that. How can you blame a video game for this? How can you even do this? She says so wholeheartedly that she knows from the bottom of her heart that her daughter wasn't playing this game. Of course her kid's going to come back home and be like, yeah, I wasn't looking at my phone.
Here's the thing. Everybody goes out and they say, oh, it's great. Kids are outside exercising. But these are a lot of kids who don't go outside. They're not aware of like surroundings and cars and highways. Because a lot of these kids are sitting inside and they're watching TV or they're on their iPad.
Yeah.
Now they're outside and, have you ever, it happened to me the other day. I don't know if it's the corner or something. I was up in Summerlin and there's a crosswalk and there's, don't walk. And the kid freaking just walks right out in the middle of the road just looking at their phone. Yeah. I don't think they were playing Pokemon Go, maybe, but it's just like, they're just not aware of what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I get it all the time in my neighborhood, and I'm over there off of, I'm in Summerlin as well, but I get it all the time where the kids will just be on their bikes or they'll be on their skateboards, and I think that's great. The kids are out there exercising, but they just don't have the common sense to get out of the goddamn street. When I was a kid playing football in the street, we saw a car. You know what we would do? Car!
That's right.
And then we get the hell out of the street. These kids are darting in front of your cars.
You know what?
Now I sound like an old man.
The original Pokemon Go app is a freaking baseball mitt and a baseball. Go grab one and play Pokemon Go all day.
Got to catch them all.
Yeah, well, just at least try, right? At least throw the damn thing. Just give it a shot. You'll like it.
It's fun.
Get some good exercise. Bond with your kids or your friends or your brothers and sisters. What else, Ransom?
All right, so we got some Thursday TV reminders. I can't believe it's already Thursday. President and the People, a national conversation, is going to be simulcast 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC, ESPN. It's in freeform. President Obama is going to participate in the town hall to discuss race relations, policing, and equality. It's being moderated by David Muir from World News Tonight. Is that how you pronounce his name? Muir?
David Muir, yes.
David Muir.
Also does 2020, I think.
Yeah. Also, getting ready for the brand new Ghostbusters movie, which hits theaters tomorrow. The original Ghostbusters is airing at 6 p.m. on AMC and immediately being followed by Ghostbusters 2. And then we have the Big Brother, this week's Big Brother, Eviction Night, 9 p.m. on CBS. And that is it, Marco.
All right. Thank you for that, Ransom. Show poll.